now Norris is within DRS of Piastri. So naturally, Lando has an engine failure and has to stop the car. Wait. Good morning, race fans. Welcome to another edition of We Are So Back. We are so back, baby. This weekend we had the Formula 1 2025 Dutch Grand Prix, and I have to be honest with y'all, I didn't know Zandvoort could bring it like that. Last year was so boring here, I was so ready for more of the same. But my god, was I wrong. Instead, Zandvoort brought us crashes, penalties, safety cars, pure uncut chaos, and a drizzle of rain for the cherry on top. So let's talk about everything that happened here at the Race Day Cafe. F1 is back after summer break, finally, so there's been a few news updates. Obviously, the drivers went on vacation and stuff, but honestly, I don't really care about any of that. Like, I just do not care what they got up to. I'm much more interested in things like Checo Perez and Valtteri Bottas are coming back to Formula 1, officially signed as Cadillac's duo for 2026. I just love how one's hair color is the other's shirt color. They knew what they were doing with that. Also, in case you suspected this picture of Bottas was AI, I'm pleased to confirm that it is not AI. Bottas is just like that in real life. And lastly, let's have a round of applause for our Grill the Grid winner, Oscar Piastri, for the second year in a row. Nice job, bud. Now do the Drivers' Championship, please. Friday's practice sessions told us one thing. The drivers relaxed a bit too much during the break, because there was this incident, followed by another incident, and then 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 another incident, and another incident. Saturday, in comparison, was a lot more chill. In fact, nothing happened. F1 truly is a world of contrasts. Qualifying was also a wild ride. Stroll instantly crashes out and doesn't set a time. Literally, what else is new? Haas double elimination in Q1. Lando Norris just casually breaking Max Verstappen's lap record around Zandvoort. Albon's radio after being eliminated. Why do we do this to ourselves? I've been asking myself the same thing ever since I became a Williams racing fan. Then Oscar Piastri just casually breaks the record Lando just set a minute ago. And obviously, snatches pole position. And as we're all distracted watching Max Verstappen try to beat the McLarens,
it's the home run from the home boy!
Isaac Hadjar casually sneaks into 4th place.
Boom. Bitch, I'm a ghost.
Honestly, if Hadjar gets a podium, I will lose my marbles. Marbles mentioned. Go crazy cat's eyes. If you know, you know. Also, what was this thing, by the way? And so we get to the moment of truth. The race. The race starts and somehow Alex Albon miraculously jumps 5 places. Oh, sorry, the front row. Yes, sorry, I got distracted. Max overtakes Lando for 2nd place, which is chef's kiss. Finally, we might see something that isn't a McLaren 1-2 for once. Charles Leclerc also takes 5th place from George Russell. And there's the DRS train. Hi, old friend. Took you long enough, I was starting to worry about you. And guess who's leading the pack? Fucking Isaac Hadjar. Charles Leclerc and 15 other cars are behind him, and he's still holding on to P4. World champion behavior. Need I say more? Now Norris has overtaken Verstappen back, and he's trying to get to Oscar. Then a piece of Bortoletto's car explodes, and he's investigated for potentially running an unsafe car. We now get to a slightly dry segment of the race where nothing really happens. Well, metaphorically dry, because it is starting to rain a little bit. Probably no big deal. By the way, Lewis Hamilton is starting to get close to George Russell, and he goes on the radio to say, we definitely need to undercut these guys. Lewis, buddy, why would you say that on the radio? The other teams are gonna hear your plan, you silly goose. Anyway, it's not like it matters, because he bins it into the wall anyway. Wait, what? The motherfucking paint was slippery. Fuck my life. So we get a safety car, and of course, everyone starts spinning, and Lando almost takes the jack mechanic with him, but then he did ask if they were okay, which was nice of him.
It's a safety car and they're all going to concertina together.
Concertina? Who are you, Paul Hollywood? Oh, and Russell undercut Leclerc while nobody was looking. So the race restarts, and now Isaac Hadjar is going to have to defend against George Russell. How the hell is Isaac Hadjar going to defend against such a talented, barely an inconvenience? Oh. Okay then. By the way, Sainz and Lawson just made contact over there, but it looks like a racing incident, so probably no big deal. Let's check in on Lance Stroll, who is now somehow in P9. Wait, I thought he started P20. Did he just overcut everyone. We get a silly little VSC because of debris on the track. I love how the whole crowd cheered for the marshal who went to pick it up.
Or these laps going slowly, they just help to extend.
Very good fan behavior. And as we get back underway, Charles overtakes George Russell for P5 in a move I can only describe as the definition of lick the stamp and send it. It is an honor to behold a pass like this. Did Charles go past track limits? Should he have given back the position? I don't know, and I don't care. Let me live in the reality where this is legal, because I am obsessed. Anyway, Sainz has been given a 10-second penalty for causing a collision with Lawson, which is, BS, frankly. Even if Carlos did cause the collision, which I don't think he did, 10 points is a yoke. And they say there isn't anti-Hispanic bias in F1. Mercedes decides to swap positions because Kimi has more pace and George Russell might have damage. And so Kimi pits for softs with 20 laps to go. I guess degradation is just non-existent today. So Leclerc pits to protect himself from the undercut, even though he said his tires were fine, and he does come out ahead, so probably no big deal. So they battle it out, and Kimi sends Charles into the wall, and Charles DNFs. Wait, what? It's a Ferrari double DNF? Am I in heaven? We get another safety car, and Gabriel is now in the points somehow, which is certainly impressive considering he dropped to P19 at the start. I'm starting to sense a pattern here. Antonelli gets a 10-second penalty for causing a collision, so he immediately proceeds to get another 5 seconds by speeding in the pit lane. My man, what are you doing? Why are you trying to collect all the penalties, bro? This is racing, not Pokemon. So the race restarts, and now Norris is within DRS of Piastri. So naturally, Lando has an engine failure and has to stop the car. Wait, the way I screamed when this happened, sorry neighbors, because it meant Isaac Hadjar was in the top 3.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
I also can't get over Lando sitting in the grass all emo, and then the camera perfectly cuts to Charles Leclerc also sitting in the grass being like, first time? And then to top it all off, we get another warning of rain, with Max aka the Rainmaster also challenging Oscar for the win. Unfortunately, the weather forecasters love to get our hopes up and then ruin all of them, and so Oscar Piastri wins the Grand Prix practically unchallenged and with a grand slam with homeboy Max in P2 and against all odds, Isaac Hadjar in P3. First career podium for the driver and first podium for the team since 2021. Say it with me, everyone. Simply lovely. Hey everyone, guess what else happened? Simply lovely indeed. That's it for the race. Now let's talk about my superlatives. This week's ace of the race is obviously Isaac Hadjar. Literally, do I need to elaborate? My man not only got a podium in his rookie year despite not being in any one of the top teams, he also qualified P4 and defended that position for the entire race from absolute threats like George Russell and Charles Leclerc. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Rookie of the Year. I also want to give an honorable mention to these two. Charles, because as much as I love seeing Ferrari get humbled every now and then, Charles really did not deserve this DNF, and I was kind of upset about it. Especially after that move on Russell that surely has to be nominated for Overtake of the Year. He was putting in a good race, and it's a shame that he got taken out because of another driver's error. And Max because, listen, love him or hate him, but you gotta admit, he's practically the only driver who has any real shot at shaking up the championship for us. Today he put on a really masterful attack on the McLarens, and if he just had a slightly more competitive car, I think he could have won this race. At least he was able to keep his streak of top 2 finishes every single time at Zandvoort. Hopefully he'll be able to do it again next year because it's gonna be the last one in the foreseeable future, because the FOM is the best. This weekend's disgrace of the race is Kimi Antonelli. I generally don't like to put rookies in this category because they obviously make rookie mistakes, but my man just goofed the entire weekend. He did not qualify very well, and then in the race, that crash with Leclerc was totally unavoidable in my opinion. And then speeding in the pit lane was just the final nail in the coffin. And he also could not overtake Alex Albon, which I find surprising considering it's a Williams versus a Mercedes. But maybe that speaks to Alex Albon's talent instead. Anyway, sorry Kimi, but you gotta get your act together a little bit. This weekend's strategy masterclass goes to Haas. I think that's a new one. Haas Masterclass. Is that anything? Their excellent tire management led both drivers to finish in the points, which is huge for the team, and it's especially impressive given their disastrous quali. Kudos all around and freedom all around. What the fuck is a kilometer? This week's underdog shoutout goes to both Ollie Behrman and Alex Albon. These two extracted an insane performance out of their shitboxes, with Ollie Behrman starting from the pit lane and making up 13 places to end in P6, and Alex Albon starting P15 and making up 10 places, 5 of which were on lap 1. Lap of the gods who? Impressive work from these two who have just gotten their team some really valuable points. For my favorite team radio of the day, hey Alonso, how are your tires?
I don't know. You put me always in traffic, I don't know.
Let's add that to the words of wisdom. The best moment of the weekend was obviously the Isaac Hadjar podium. When he qualified in P4, I was praying for a podium, manifesting it all around, and the F1 gods literally answered by destroying Lando's car out of nowhere. Honestly, I'm just so happy for Isaac. Quite possibly my favorite French person in the world, which, as a Spaniard, that's saying a lot. To be honest, I don't even consider Isaac to be French. Like, he's just Algerian to me. No French Algerian, just Algerian. The worst moment of the weekend for me was no podium for Alonso. Because when Alonso got second place in one of the FP sessions, literally everyone around me was like, La 33! Se viene la 33! So naturally, Alonso got not a whiff of the podium. It's just shocking to me how Alonsistas keep believing Aston Martin. Aston's out here selling snake oil and some of y'all are fucking buying it. By the way, if you're a fan of a certain red team, you better not be laughing at this. Y'all are not off the hook either. Also, maybe I will add Oscar's win here. I know, crazy, but let me explain. While, of course, I'm happy that he won, I'm also a little bit sad that he extended his championship lead by that much. Like 30 points at this point of the season is low-key verging on this is Oscar's championship to lose territory. I just hope Lando will be able to make up the difference soon so we can enjoy the title fight a little bit longer. Even if that means Oscar has to DNF. Like, yeah, I have favorites, but I also want to see good racing, you know? You get it. Overall, I'm ranking this race 5 out of 5 stars. It's a shame this track is getting replaced by a parking lot in Detroit or something. Now let's take a look at our prediction bingo, and bam, Checo Perez to Cadillac confirmed. I feel like a genius with predictions like this, honestly. And then I also decided to add Haas in the top 5, because Ocon technically finished 5th in China after Ferrari's double DSQ, although Bahrain came pretty close to that this weekend too. Also, I really wish I had said Oscar Grand Slam right now, but I believe Lando's perfectly capable of it too, although his chances at the driver championship have been slightly reduced, let's say. Those were my thoughts on the Dutch Grand Prix, but you can let me know what you thought of the race in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. James, it's Valtteri. Stay fueled.